Hi, everyone. Hi. What's doing? Okay. How's the weather out there? Okay, it's getting warm, but today's a cool day. All right, now, hi. Today is Friday, June 17th, 2022. So, welcome to Caroline Speaks State of the World on June 17th, 2022. And what is happening out there? I don't know. It's been a crazy week. They've been having these hearings for the June 6th committee in Congress, and uh, the whole world is kind of not paying attention correctly. Okay, now, what is some of the things happening out there? Okay. Public punished for exposing war crimes? Question mark. United Kingdom approves Assange extradition to U.S. and faces 175 years in prison. Good. He's a rapist. I don't care about him. Also, hang Mike Pence. January 6th hearing shows Trump targeted VP. New plan to overturn vote was illegal, but he did it anyways. They have to hold these people accountable. And Trump's lawyer, John Eastman, asked for pardon after giving illegal advice to overturn the election. Have to hold Kim accountable. And Poor People's March on Washington Saturday demands moral reset on poverty, voting rights, and climate. I totally agree. I hope it'll be successful. Okay, now, also, um, United Kingdom Home Secretary approves extradition of Julian Assange to the U.S. Good. House January 6th committee says Trump knew his plan to overturn the election was illegal, but he did it anyway. People over the Pentagon. Representatives Lee and Pocan push for $100 billion military budget cut. I agree. We need a lot of things. We don't need more guns. We have outgunned everybody. Okay, now, uh, Ukraine moves closer to joining European Union. Good. I hope they will, and then that'll get rid of Russia. Uh, Also, human rights and public health groups blast World Trade Organization deal on COVID patents. Uh, there's no agreement on lifting patent monopolies on COVID treatments and tests. Hundreds of international organizations, including Oxfam and Amnesty International, criticized the final deal. It will make it harder for developing countries to respond to the pandemic. That's great. The World Trade Organization is all for the industrial West. Okay. Now, um, the European governments, particularly Britain, Switzerland, and Germany, do not want to give up patent rights. That's terrible. We need equality in medicine. Okay. And healthcare. Okay. Now, uh, over 2,000 cows die in Kansas in record-breaking heat wave. The poor creatures. Um, Excessive heat and humidity. So hopefully, they try to save them, give them a good life. Air conditioning in the shade. Okay. Biden declares Montana a disaster area after Yellowstone River flooding. Good. Study says parts of Arctic warming 7 times faster than the rest of the Earth. That's great. Okay. That's bad. The Arctic should stay cold. Groups sue Biden over drilling permits in New Mexico and Wyoming. I hope they'll be successful. Flooding forces Abbott to close Michigan baby formula plants again. That's great. Have to have more than one company making this stuff. And uh, groups sue Biden over drilling permits. Yep, oil wins. Israel shoots 3 Palestinians dead in Jenin raid. And Jenin is in the West Bank of Israel. Wonder what they were doing. How does Israel get away with that? Israeli forces have shot dead 3 Palestinians and injured 10 others during a raid in the city of Jenin in the occupied West Bank. 30 Israeli military vehicles took part in the operation. Last month, Al Jazeera reported Shireen Abu Akleh was shot dead while covering another Israeli raid in Jenin. Early this week, the Washington Post became the latest news outlet to conclude she was shot by Israeli forces, despite Israel's initial denial. So, how does Israel get away with this stuff? I don't know. Israeli politician says he wishes he could get rid of all Palestinians. Oh, that's great. Well, that Israeli politician, well, Germany said something like, I wish we'd get rid of all Hebrews. An Israeli politician has sparked outcry over publicly saying he wishes there was a way to get rid of all Palestinians. Israel's Deputy Religious Affairs Minister Matan Kahana said in a televised speech, if there was a button I could press that would take all the Arabs and put them on a train to Switzerland, I would. That's crazy. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Sister of imprisoned Egyptian activist Alaa Abd al Fattah launches her own hunger strike. Okay, hope it'll be successful. Ukraine war, food crisis, and climate emergency push world refugee total over 100 million. And where they're refugees, but where are they going? Ugh. And here I sit. Okay. Leaders of Germany, France, and Italy visit Ukraine. Hope it was successful. The president of China expresses support for Russia's sovereignty and security. That's great. And U.S. announces new $1 billion arms package for Ukraine. Okay, Ukraine accused of shelling a maternity ward in Donetsk. And suspect in Brazil admits to killing Don Phillips and Bruno Araujo Pereira. I hope they'll rest in peace, and I hope the suspect will be prosecuted. Okay, now, that's that. So, that's a lot of bad things happening in the world. Okay, how about a little music to lighten the mood? Close the door, light the lights. We're staying home tonight, far away from the bustle and the bright city lights. Let them all fade away. Just leave us alone, and we'll live in a world of our own. We'll build a world of our own that no one else can share. Our troubles will leave far behind us there, and I know we will find such peace of mind when we live in a world of our own. Okay, World of Our Own was written by Tom Springfield of the Springfield Folk Group, which included Sister Dusty Springfield, who went on to become an international singing star. It was recorded by the Seekers and also by Dusty Springfield. Okay, thank you for tuning in this evening of Friday, June 17th, 2022, for another Me or Carolyn Speaks State of Florida. Remember, stay safe, wear a mask, practice social distancing when the vaccine is available for you and safe for you to take it. I would take it. Had mine in the Johnson & Johnson one shop, and I've been looking around for a booster. As a result, I had 2 storms. I was tired for weeks, and it was fine. So I'm waiting to get that booster. Okay, remember, take care of yourself and others. And remember, kindness goes a long way. Kindness goes a very long way. Thank you. Good night. Stay safe.